All right, let's move on and talk about the goalkeeper situation. Tom Barkley again has just reiterated that Vicario is expected to leave to Inter Milan this summer, and Spurs are looking at two goalkeepers, one of them being Bart Verbruggen of Brighton. Look, I think he's had a very good season for Brighton this season. I've been speaking about him a few times, and I think he's a very good young keeper. Still got a lot of improving to do, in my opinion. But at 23 years of age, to show what he's done, have the game time he's done, I think it's fantastic, to be honest.
And he's a Dutch number one now, isn't he?
Yeah.
So, his stock is growing. I think. Did Zerbi have him? I'm assuming Zerbi had him, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
For a year.
Yeah.
So Zerbi knows him. I think he's not. I don't think he's one of the top keepers in the league yet. I think at 23, he's up there. He's probably in the.
He's knocking
10.
on the door,
He's
I would
he's
say.
probably in the top 10 of keepers in the league, but he's not quite, top 5 or whatever. But he's only 23. For a keeper, that's like a kid. That's like a teenager in keeper terms. So I think he's doing really well. I think he's the perfect kind of keeper for De Zerbi in terms of how we want to build up. His ball-playing ability is really good. And I think his goalkeeping ability, his shot stopping is growing as well. So
he's the same age as Kinski.
Yeah, they're both young.
Yeah.
I mean, Verbruggen was number one at 21, wasn't he?
Yeah.
For Brighton. So he's been doing. I think he's grown season on season. I feel, Bart Verbruggen.
Yeah, I agree
He's
with
getting
that.
better and better.
He's so good on the ball.
I wasn't sure about him early on, but obviously he was 21. What should I have expected of him? But I think he's really grown into a really good keeper.
The other goalkeeper is James Trafford of Manchester City. Again, 23 years of age. Again, another keeper who I've been impressed with this season. Obviously, Donnarumma's there, so there's definitely a reason for James Trafford to want to leave Man City and get first-team football. Confident lad, good on the ball. I'll be happy with any of these keepers if we bring them in, Trafford or Verbruggen. But I'm very happy with Kinski right now as well.
Yeah, Kinski's doing well. I don't know about being number one just yet. I want to see a bit more proof, but you're doing great at the moment. I think Trafford's probably a bit better with the ball at his feet than Verbruggen. I think Verbruggen may be a bit better with goalkeeping than Trafford, but they're both quite good at both. And also, they're both so young. They're going to improve, aren't they? And they're not going to stay the same level, probably. By the time they're 27, they're going to be hopefully top keepers, I think. So I like what I've seen from James Trafford, I have to say, when I've seen him recently for Man City. I know he made a few mistakes early on in the season, but that can happen. And you saw good goalkeepers aren't immune to mistakes. You saw Donnarumma in a big game against Arsenal kicking the ball straight at Havertz. So that can happen. It can happen to good keepers. And I think Trafford, when he stepped in this season, has actually been really good. So I think there's going to be a lot of attention for him. I think Verbruggen will probably be harder to get, but maybe is a bit ahead of Trafford at the moment.
Yeah, it'd be interesting because obviously Brighton always hold a hard bargain, don't they?
And he's number one.
Man City, I think Man City only just signed him last summer back to the club. So they obviously value him, but they just didn't think he was ready. And they went for Donnarumma, who's like the best goalkeeper in Europe right now. So, yeah, I agree. I think James Trafford's more attainable than Bart Verbruggen, and I think he'll be a bit cheaper as well. I think Verbruggen, you're probably talking about 45, 50. James Trafford, probably about 35, 40, something like that.
Yeah, exactly. So I think I'd probably just lean towards Verbruggen only because De Zerbi knows him. So if he's like prefers him, he must, he knows him well.
It's interesting though because obviously Kinski's done very well in this latter stage of the season. Where will his head be at if we sign a goalkeeper the same age as him to be number two again? Where will he get minutes as well? Because we won't be in Europe next season. You got the cup games, but still not that many games, is it?
Well, we nearly loaned out Kinski, didn't we, in January? There was a lot of talk about him going to West Ham, so I think he's already getting itchy fingers, shall I say. So I think he'll probably look to leave, and I think there's already rumours of us bringing Carl Darlow in and maybe another keeper. So I think if we sign someone like Trafford or Verbruggen, I can very easily see Kinski going out on loan or maybe even sold.
Would you be mad at it if we put our trust in Kinski?
Mad. I mean, he's done well at the moment, but again, I haven't seen enough just yet to suggest he could be our number one. But he is doing really well. I don't want to shit on him because I want to encourage him. I have been really encouraged what I'm seeing, especially with what he's doing with the ball at his feet is fantastic. But we just haven't seen enough of his goalkeeping ability to be put to the test, I think, in these last few games. So I don't know if we can necessarily say he's ready to be number one just yet.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard because you won't know until he has significant game time, and he's not going to get significant game time with bringing in a new keeper. And it's like, if you're going to spend a significant amount on a new goalkeeper, I would actually prefer to spend that money in other areas of the pitch and keep Kinski as number one, as opposed to maybe spending heavily on the goalkeeper and that taking away from other areas of the pitch.
I think if we're selling Vicario, we'll get 20 million or something for him. I think we have to sign a new goalkeeper and a number one. I don't think we can just trust in Kinski. I think we'll have to sign another one.
Well, let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Would you like to see Kinski as number one next season, or do you want to see one of these two goalkeepers come in? I mean, I think I'll be all right with either solution, to be honest. But let's move on and let's talk about these quotes from Conor Gallagher. Some interesting quotes coming out from Conor on Roberto De Zerbi in these last 24 hours. And he says, the gaffer has been brilliant with us. He's brought the team together. He's really worked on players individually with one-to-one meetings and one-to-one chats, trying to get the belief and the confidence back in players. He's done with me and he's made a big difference. I know he's done that with a lot of other lads as well. As a team as well, all the work he's done on the training pitch and in the meeting rooms, it's been fantastic and everyone's on the same page. He just reminds me of when I was at my best. He said that second season at Chelsea, when I had a really good season, he just reminded me that I was that player. He wants me to be like that again and not to forget how good I can be. He's done that with a lot of the lads. It's as simple as that, just trying to remind us of what we were when we were at our best. And I find that quite interesting, you know. Conor Gallagher as well, putting in his best display in a Spurs shirt in the last game. Very reminiscent of that Conor Gallagher at Chelsea in that second season.
Well, that's what obviously De Zerbi has been trying to enforce that message in press conferences, especially. He's like, Moani, what a player was at Frankfurt. I was watching him on YouTube, brilliant player. PSG spent 70 million on him for a reason. Tell, one of the best young talents in Europe. Richarlison plays for the Brazil national team. He's just trying to he even mentioned Gallagher, said, I saw this player at Chelsea. I wanted him when I was at Brighton. Like, he was phenomenal at Chelsea. So he's trying to give these players confidence again. And I think they've had so much negativity for this whole season. It's been very easy to forget that a lot of these players they've got here for a reason. They're at Tottenham. We've decided to sign them for a reason, and they are, a lot of them are very talented players, and a lot of them in other circumstances have been brilliant and been very high performing. And for some reason, this whole season has culminated in so many players underperforming. But I think that is the message that De Zerbi has to reinforce these players to get them out of this funk that they're in. And it seems to be working at the moment. Everyone seemed to have found a newfound confidence, but starting to pick up points and win games again. So De Zerbi's performing, doing a fantastic job. But from what I was very interesting to hear what De Zerbi, when he was talking about in the press conference, he said, when he was trying to instill this confidence in the players, he said, what I'm saying is not me being positive, he said, it's not me just being positive because I'm trying to get confidence in them. He said, I'm trying to be realistic. And what I mean by that is it's realistic to expect great things from these players because they're all good players. It's not about me just trying to hype them up and trying to gas them up because they're just low on confidence. It's about me trying to get them to play at their potential that we've seen before because we know they're good players. It's not crazy to think that these players can start playing like they were before. So I love that message from him, not trying to say it's a miracle for you to start playing well. You're a good player. You can play well. This is nothing new for you. And so I like what Gallagher's saying. It's just reinforcing that behind the scenes what De Zerbi's been putting out in public.
Absolutely. I mean, De Zerbi, I've said it so many times, but every single line in his press conference, every single word he is saying, trying to big up all these players, he's doing it to every single one in the press conference. It's all about confidence building, and I think he's doing such a good job at that, and the 2 wins is pure examples of that, and we were seconds away from 3 wins in a row as well. Yeah,
for sure. And you have to say as well, considering the narrative of De Zerbi before he got the job and came in, he's a hothead, he'll just blow things up, and that might all turn out to be true later down the line. But in terms of the immediate effect, clearly, he's not just this guy who's going to go lay into everyone all the time and create a toxic atmosphere. I mean, right now he hasn't. As you said, the longer it goes on, who knows where it's going to be down the line. But immediately, it's not been that at all.
Well, what we were saying before Zerbi came in, we need a lot of people were saying we need a manager to come in to put an arm around these players and tell them how good they are, and that's exactly what he's done. What he's done. So you can't
having all the tactical stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
So
you can't praise him enough. It feels like he's been the guy that Spurs desperately needed to come in at this moment in time.
Yeah,
the exact character that we needed.
And the players seem to love him.
Yeah, exactly. And Conor Gallagher also said that, of course, it's tough losing such big players, but that just shows the quality of our squad, to be honest. If we can perform like that without some of our best players, it's a great sign. It's something that the club and the fans should be excited for and happy about. It's a really good feeling because I feel like the lads, the manager and the staff are all coming together as one, no matter if you're starting or coming on the pitch as a sub. We know the situation we're in. Everyone is giving everything that they've got right now. The only thing we're focused on now is the next game. The last game is done. We had a great performance, and it was a really important 3 points, and there's still a long way to go. There's a lot of work to do, and we're fully focused on the next game, and hopefully we'll do the same performance and have another win.
Yeah, and obviously his point to the squad. I mean, you look at the team that we had, considering all the injuries we've got. You look at the team we were able to play against Villa, and it's not awful, is it? It's not like the worst thing you've ever seen. Like, yeah, there's some, maybe you could get a better left winger in Tell and Mwani. Like, there's can be upgrades there. But you look at the rest of the team, like, there's good players there, and
Absolutely.
they're good players who play in a lot of other Premier League teams. So, we have been woefully underperforming. It's nothing new. Everyone's been saying it the whole season. This team should not be in a relegation battle. If Zerbi started the season, who knows where we would be, but we would not be where we are right now.
Yeah.
And that's the truth. And
we're right now because of pure mismanagement.
Yeah, it's
getting in the wrong people and them not being able to manage this squad and not playing to their strength at all.
Yeah, of course, injuries is a massive reason we're here, and also, as you say, the hierarchy and how we've lacked signings and not gone in the right direction. But I think, it's amazing what some principles in possession, and look how different they look. It's like some simple things, some basic stuff from De Zerbi is implementing within a few weeks, and what a difference it makes. It's like we played with the ball like we haven't done the whole season.
Yeah.
And that's him with the team for a few weeks. So I think it's like they've been devoid of that the whole season. It's like it's as if they haven't worked on it the whole season. They haven't worked on what to do when you have the ball.
Yeah.
And having a plan. It's all good having a plan out of possession, but it's like we haven't had a plan in possession all season.
Yeah, and we've not been able to even make 2-yard passes a lot of this season. We've not utilised midfield, just going out wide, blah blah blah. Even from the first game against Sunderland, even the second game against Brighton, you could see already that they could pass a lot better. Yeah, fine. In that Sunderland game, chances were few and far between. In that Wolves game, chances were few and far between. But we're coming up against low block teams, you've got to remember as well, which is always going to be the most difficult thing. But the point is that even in those games, we were able to pass the ball still a lot better than we had done all season.
I was watching, someone was doing an analysis of the Wolves game, and they were showing how our football actually in possession was really good up until obviously the penalty area, but we were able to get to the penalty area pretty comfortably. And like the way we keep possession, obviously the last bit wasn't there. We weren't able to create those chances and end up being a bit of a stodgy performance from that point of view. But as you say, like, it's just night and day. Like, when we were under Thomas Frank, there were games we wouldn't even enter their half, let alone get near the box and have shots. Yeah. Like, there were games where we weren't getting touches in the opposition penalty box. Like, we would go through whole games like that. It was insane. Like, how we were at that stage with the players that we have. I understand they're not the best players in the world, but they're so much better than not having their shot on target the whole game or not having a touch in the penalty area the whole game and stuff like that. And we can already see immediately that they're capable of so much more. So much more.
Yeah, and even from now, they're still capable of so much more.
Of course.
So, I can't credit the work that Roberto De Zerbi has done in such a short space of time. And if we can beat this thing and stay up, I said before the game against Villa, if he keeps us up, it's just like a crazy job. He's done like an impossible task, because it felt like we were definitely down after that Wolves game. But I'm so excited, actually, if we were to stay in the league for De Zerbi next season, one game a week, and see where that can take us.
Well, listening to Zerbi speak, he's spot on. He's like, we can go to Villa and we can win. We can win. It's not a miracle. People are saying, it's some crazy achievement miracle. He's not looking at it that way. It's like, it's not a miracle. We're good enough to win. Why is it such a big deal kind of thing?
Well,
we can win 5 out of 5.
He said we're going to go 5 out of 5. We've gone 2 out of 2 since then. So 3 more to go, people. But look, great words from Conor Gallagher, which has made me quite excited about the future under Roberto De Zerbi. So let us know your thoughts on that in the comments section below. But next up, we're going to